Welcome back to the Team to Beat Miami Heat podcast, your one-stop shop for daily Miami Heat content. My name is Amir. The Miami Heat have not played a basketball game in a long time, and a lot of Heat fans on Twitter are excited about that. They don't play again until this Friday, and we just had All-Star break. I was out of town, so I didn't watch literally any of it. I just watched the dunk contest on YouTube. Wasn't too exciting, but our boy Kershaw Johnson won, so congrats to him there. But in general, the Miami Heat coming back from All-Star break, they're going to be 29-27. Currently the 8th seed in the Eastern Conference, Adel. And so this is a perfect time to step back, reset, and really ask some questions about the Miami Heat. Like moving forward, like what is the Heat season going to look like the rest of the way? We have a third of the season left at this point, and it feels like the season can go in two different directions. Perhaps. I don't know what direction it can go in, but maybe we see that classic Miami Heat go 30-11, which there's not even 44 games, but you know what I mean? Maybe they can go 20-10 in the final 30 games, which doesn't sound impressive, but that's impressive for the Miami Heat because they went a while without winning back-to-back games. Or they can head back into that same old direction, which is being in the play-in again and playing survival mode and winning, and then the consolation prize is playing against a very good team. And so I want to break that down with you today. So I had to bring it back on one of the smartest Heat minds that I know.
Oh, Adel, thank you. You're too kind.
Back on the podcast. So thank you for being on here, Adel. Appreciate the time.
Thank you. You're too kind. You're too kind.
No problem.
I appreciate it. Always glad to be here. Thanks for having me, Amir.
Yeah.
But what I want, this is the thing that just popped into my head. And I think it would be the most fun. This is the most fun thing that could happen outside of them leaning into youth and getting the best draft pick possible. The most fun thing that could happen is that they meet Giannis in the play-in. That would be the most ironic thing. And I think it would be the most fun thing for them to meet Giannis in the play-in. But then Heat fans would be split. They'd be torn. What do? Do you want to beat Giannis so bad because of what he did that you get into the first round, get bounced, and you have like the 16th pick in the draft? Or do you want to lose to Giannis and get a lottery pick potentially?
I'm more about the lottery pick, honestly. I'm more about the youth development and kind of ethically tanking or stepping back or just leaning into the direction that they should go into, I think, to a certain degree. But yeah, that would be funny playing them. I'm not upset about the Giannis situation because...
But most Heat fans are.
They are, which I think is ridiculous, though, because the guy's just actually, like, staying loyal to a team that he actually did win a championship. It's not the brightest times for him in the Milwaukee Bucks right now, but still, like, there's something about a guy being like a Dirk or Kobe who's trying to be loyal and stay with this team. Like,
I agree.
Yes, there's the back and forth, which I understand why Heat fans were pissed off because the reports were saying he's ready to find a new home. He didn't come out and demand the trade, but he kind of through back channels. It was insinuated that he's also ready to go, and the Bucks see the writing on the wall, and they might have to shop him. They didn't have to send him out now.
I just don't think he'll ever say I want out. So I don't think he's ever getting traded because I don't think he ever is going to be the villain. He doesn't want to be the villain.
Exactly. So
do you remember LeBron before he decided to come to Miami? There were several times where it was floated that he was, he's unhappy in Cleveland and he kind of wanted to, seek a, team elsewhere because they weren't building a good enough team around him. And for years, he didn't want to be the villain and he would not ask for a trade. And so what ended up happening is he did it in free agency so he wouldn't be the villain, but he became the villain anyway.
He did.
So,
sorry to cut you off. I would be tired of playing with Boobie Gibson as well. But also, his situation is different because he was born and raised in Cleveland. So it's a little different. I understand his sentiment of not wanting to.
Only slightly because Giannis came here as a kid from Greece, and it's the first taste of America he ever knew was Milwaukee. So he grew up and came of age in Milwaukee. So I think it's very similar, even though I get what you mean. Born and raised is a little bit different. I still think it's very, very similar, very close.
Sure. The pressure with LeBron being the hometown kid drafted by his hometown team, there's a lot of pressure there. But anyway, let's talk about this Miami Heat season and just how things can go. If you had to describe the season in one sentence, what would it be?
Mid.
You don't even need a sentence. one singular word. Mediocre. Mine would say same, mid, whatever synonym you got, right?
Yeah,
average.
Absolutely. Basic. This is what I predicted it would be before the season started. Everybody was talking about the revamped offense, which is it's a breath of fresh air. It's more fun for the fans, and I'm sure it's more fun for the players. But from the beginning of the season, what did we say? Not enough 3-point shooting, not enough point of attack defense. They need another big, and they need a 1A. There's 4 things that I was saying prior to the season starting, and all of it's come true, not to toot my own horn, but all of it's true still. They need a 1A. They need more point of attack defense.
They need more shooting. Evidently,
more shooting.
Those games that they won rebounding battle, which was an issue at the beginning of the year, but they've improved a little bit in that area. And there's games they've won the rebounding battle and shot more efficiently, had more possessions because of the pace, and they've still lost because they shot 8 for freaking 39 from 3 or whatever it was, 5 for 45. They kind of do live and die by the 3, and they don't have their most important 3-point shooter because he's obviously made out of glass. And so
I was going to say, does he play basketball?
I don't even know what he does. Yeah, it's remember in Office Space, they're like, what would you say you exactly do here?
I love that movie. I love that movie.
They asked Tyler that, and he's like, Just flossing. So, Tyler's played 11 games. We still don't know, when he'll return, which is just ridiculous. At this point, can we even count on Tyler Herro for the rest of the season?
For the rest of the season, I mean, not really. It's a game-to-game affair. Unfortunately, it's injuries. Tyler, if healthy, which is always the statement, is a phenomenal basketball player. He is. He's a phenomenal basketball player offensively as a number 2 or 3 on a championship team. He is not a good defender at all. He's one of the worst defenders in the entire league. And so that's a big problem when one of your main guys cannot defend anything or anyone. So one of my things to look forward to in this season is Kasparas Jr. Phenomenal 3-point shooter. He's really getting better at the ball handling part of his job. And he's an amazing facilitator. He sees the game in a great way, and he is very creative with his passing. I want to see more of that at the expense of Drew Smith. I know Spoelstra loves Drew Smith. Kasparas Jr. should be starting, not just playing. He should be starting. If you have to start Davion, Kasparas Jr., and Norm Powell, go ahead and do it. I don't even care if you small ball Wiggins, because Spo loves small ball Wiggins. I don't care. Kel'el Ware, personally, I think should be coming off the bench. I know that's a controversial take among Heat fans, but until he earns it and proves he can do it night in and night out, I think he should be the second big off the bench. Jovic, I've given up on Jovic. I'm so sorry.
For the season or for the future?
Well,
I'd say the season, in my opinion. He could bounce back theoretically. Usage, different role.
I've given up on him. I wouldn't have extended him, though. I was in the camp of not extending him.
Why would you extend him early on? I don't understand that. I'm a proponent of an earned contract. He didn't technically earn it, and also he was dealing with the injury bug himself in a certain way. It's not the same injury or catastrophic injuries, but his rookie year was the back plus the DMPs. He was raw. His second year, it's a wrist, it's a shoulder, it's this, it's that, it's a finger, it's an ankle. It's just there's always something new, and he only played 47 games each the last 2 seasons himself. So it's why can't you? It's so contradictory to the philosophy of the Miami Heat, and sometimes they make these foolish moves, and it's just I don't think he earned it. You had time. What was the incentive?
The crazy part is now Jaime Jaquez Jr. is coming up for an extension, and he deserves it.
Yeah, he bounced back. That's why I'm saying I give up on Jovic.
But see, Jaime was different from the get-go, though, man. He was his issues. You could tell the injuries were why he struggled. You could tell last year that was the issue. This season, he's a completely different person, just like he was his rookie year. Jaime was good his rookie year.
Yeah.
Jovic had never produced consistently the way Jaime had in his rookie or third year.
Yeah, Jaime older, more polished, longer career in college.
Exactly.
Who would you have thought had more upside, higher ceiling though? Like
I still thought because
not now. I'm saying like as they were playing, like I guess Jaime's rookie year. Because
my view of Nico has always been a limited scope. I always felt like he was a player without a skill set to fit in the NBA in this way. He's not strong enough to be a big man. He's not skilled enough with his handle to be playing on the perimeter on ball all the time. Like the fans were saying, point Nico, point Nico. There is no point Nico. He cannot handle the ball well enough to be point Nico. Nico is a secondary ball handler off of actions, meaning he can handle the ball coming off of PNRs. He can handle the ball coming off curls into the lane. The offense is creating the advantage for him because he's not skilled enough.
He's not an East and West kind of, it's kind of more like Norm Powell-ish, like how he gets downhill.
Well, but Norm gets downhill past his defender regularly.
Yeah, Norm's a guard.
Jovic can't do that.
But he's a guard. He should have better ball handling skills than Nico. I'm not saying it's
maybe back in the 90s you could say that, but now all these big guys are skilled. Look at all the big guys. I could name so many of them that can dribble now and can handle and can get to the cup, especially the 6'10", 6'9", more wing than forward types. Debbie, and that's what he is.
Avdia, the Markkanens,
them, Aaron Gordon's, like all those guys. Like Aaron Gordon's huge.
Oh, we know. Gabe Vincent.
Yeah, Gabe Vincent. He knows real well.
Caleb Martin and Gabe Vincent, the guys that were 6'5" and 6'2", guarding the 6'10" monster.
Yeah, absolutely. And he can handle on the perimeter. He can slash and get downhill. Like Nico just isn't strong enough to do that. Now, there's a lot of other things going on with Nico. Like he's got confidence issues. Totally. He's got to fix that. It's not like the coaches are sapping his confidence. Like confidence is something you control. You got to be making sure your work breeds confidence. And I think there was a quote. I can't remember the quote of when he said it, but I'm pretty sure he said recently, I realized I got to start making this thinking of basketball as a job and not a hobby. And that was a quote that really stuck out to me from him. And maybe I'm paraphrasing. I could be a word off or two, but that was the gist of it. And so even though he works, he needs to work even more to make sure that his work breeds confidence. If he can do it by the All-Star break, great. But absolutely in the offseason, it's something he's going to have to do.
There's no chance. It's definitely going to have to be an offseason thing. His psyche is just so demoralized at this point that it just one game out of 6, he'll have a efficient shooting night. He can't even have a respectable average type of shooting night. It's like 0 for 4 from 3, 1 for 5 from 3, 2 for 8 from the field. He's just so inefficient that he's hesitant, he's scared to shoot. There's times where he's open on the perimeter and we see him pass up the ball. Years past, he's chucking shots up. He's trying to get 6, 7 threes. Now we're lucky if he gets 4 and he's wide open. Often they're allowing him to shoot. He's shooting 20. What is he shooting? 20%? I don't even have it up right now, but it's
I don't have it up either. But he's also not a good rebounder, and that's the problem. So you can't really play him with another big and be like, oh, that solves your rebounding problem because he's tall. Right. But he's not a very good rebounder either. But let me ask you this question. Yes. Flip it on you. It's your show. I'm gonna start quizzing you now.
Let's go for it.
What do you think is the one thing outside of Kasparas that has to happen for the Heat fans to have at least fun the rest of the way?
Outside of Kasparas, what?
Just anything. What has to happen with the Heat for the Heat fan to have fun for the rest of the season?
I feel like a lot of the Heat fans are tired of the blended build and not having a direction. And it feels like more fans want them to tank in a sense. So can we choose the direction to actually go more all in on to developing the youth, play the kids? Andrew Wiggins, we've talked about it. He's a great player on a championship team. We're not a championship contender type team. And he contributes, he plays well, but instead of giving him 32 minutes per game, which Spo is going to continue to do, in my opinion, can we knock that down to 25? Can we, like, sorry, Andrew, like, you're an expiring. We don't even know if you're going to opt in or not. I assume he's going to opt in because I don't think he's going to get 30 million from any team next season. But knock that down to 25. Give those 7 minutes to Pelle. Give 5 to Pelle, 2 more to Jaime, even though Jaime is playing a ton off the bench. Give Kasparas the starting role, to your point. Let him play with the starters. We saw in Summer League, he played like shit. We were there together. His issues were turnovers and his three-point shooting ability. He's not turning the ball over, and he's shooting a lot better, especially catch and shoot threes. He has more confidence, but he plays better with better players. He was playing with
absolutely.
And he didn't have the ball in his hands. So it's like, and he still doesn't today because he's playing with Drew Smith a lot, like off the bench. Like, give him the reins to see what we actually have if he's the point guard of our future, because he's operating as a true NBA floor general, and there's very few of those left in the NBA that aren't either score first type of guards or guys who are just like kind of like the Davion defenders who are okay at distributing.
You're so right about that, man. And until next year's draft, and then you're going to have a glut of them. There's going to be like 8 of them.
Bring it back, baby. I miss the elite point guards of the past. So.
If you've heard me talk about Darius Acuff, I mean, please NBA give the Miami Heat Darius Acuff in some form or fashion. But anyway, I like your answer. I think they just want to pick a direction. I wrote an article about that on Sports Illustrated's website on SI on how to ethically tank. And one of those was prioritize youth. Exactly what you said. Get Andrew Wiggins, play less minutes. Let him be the veteran in practice, set the tone. Let the young guys play. Pelle play more. Jaquez play more. Kasparas, Jonas, we've already talked about him.
Kel'el Ware, even he's been playing.
Kel'el Ware, I mean, is a little different.
You just say you hate him like Spo hates him.
I don't hate him, but here the thing that you fans don't understand about Kel'el is if you coach him that way and just give him the minutes, he won't grow. Things will not change. You will not get what you need out of him to produce a winning basketball player. Now, if you're just going to play him so that you can get his trade value up, sure. But if you want a piece to build on, you got to try to get him to understand what coach needs from him on a consistent basis. And you need him to understand that without coach having to call him out in the media. Because whatever is said in the media, the coach has already said to him a million times before. So
true.
That's my thing with Kel'el Ware.
Kel'el needs to get grounded in order to learn not to do that anymore, right? Like, he does kind of learn. Like, he takes the criticism, it seems like, in a constructive way to a certain degree. He's not perfect, so the habits are not fully formed yet, but there's a pathway. I think there's a pathway. I agree.
It's the same stuff since Oregon, though. It's the same stuff since his tape in Oregon. If you watch his Oregon tape, same stuff. You watch the Indiana tape, same stuff. His first year in the league, same stuff. Summer League, same stuff. You were there in Summer League with me, and you saw it happen, and you saw that pathetic performance that he put out there on the floor. And it's not because he's not capable. It's because he just didn't feel like doing it, and he thought he was above being at Summer League.
Ego. It was
100% it. And so Spo's at the end of his rope, in my opinion, in ways to be able to motivate him. Now, Spo praised him. See, that's the other side of coaching. He got him to do good things for a stretch after he benched him and called him out. And now he put those good games together. Then he goes on video praising him. That's the positive reinforcement aspect. Now, the problem is, will this continue, or will it go back to old habits when he doesn't feel like giving that sort of effort? But anyway, that's the end of my diatribe.
For sure. And before we close, which young player, I might know the answer based on the conversation we've had today, which young player is the most important to Miami's future, in your opinion? The options I'll give you: Kasparas, Pelle, Jaime, or Kel'el Ware.
To their overall future, or like the rest of the season?
Overall future.
Kasparas, Jonas.
Over Jaime and Kel'el? I agree.
Yeah. I mean, I love Jaime Jaquez Jr. Jaime Jaquez Jr. would be number 2. He'd be number 2. But when you have a dynamic point guard, it changes everything.
For sure. I mean, also having a dynamic wing player as well. Like having a Jaime become a Kawhi
But
Leonard type.
don't do that to Jaime. He can't be Kawhi. He can't be a Kawhi type of player.
You don't think he's a finished product at almost age 25? Obviously, like averaging.
His shooting's never going to be great. I mean, he can improve his shooting, but it's never going to be great. And he's a certain style player. Now, don't get me wrong. I love Jaime and what he's doing this season with his reads and being able to facilitate. And he's getting these 16 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assist games. That's huge.
Huge.
So he could maybe ascend to like a borderline all-star one day. Maybe.
Yeah, you could have one good year. Like, we'll see. I mean, I just love the confidence. Like, I love his role.
Absolutely.
It just sucks that he can't freaking shoot. It's like, God, there's guys like Rondo that pops up. I'm thinking more point guard, but Rondo and the Westbrooks, like those guys that like were amazing type of players, and they tried, but for some reason they weren't able to like if Rondo and Westbrook learned how to shoot,
right?
Jesus,
they'd have been unstoppable for sure.
They would have been like the two like greatest point guards like ever. I mean, obviously you could say that about a lot of other players. If Steph Curry was actually like a very good defender, he might be.
Dude, if I was 6'4", I would have played in the NBA. I'm telling you right now.
Nah.
Oh, 100%, no doubt about it.
Never heard of you.
Well, that's fine. I'm just telling you. If I was 6'4", I'd have played in the NBA.
All right. If I was 6'12", I would have.
This is my point about the hypotheticals. Do you see my point?
If I was 7 feet,
if I was Victor Wembanyama's height, I would have dominated the NBA.
If I had Michael Jordan's skill.
Exactly. You could do this all day is my point. You could say that about anything. So my point is that Jaime, I just don't think will ever be a great shooter. I just don't see it.
I don't see it either, which is unfortunate. But all right, last question before we do close. Norman Powell. He's on an expiring contract. He was just an all-star. Didn't really play a lot on, was it the Team World or whatever he got transferred to or whatever it was. But Norm's been great. Obviously, been one of our best players, especially offensive players this season. He's on an expiring contract. And do we extend him or do we let him walk? What do you think is going to happen?
Yeah, I'd extend Norm depending on what the figure is because it's not going to be near what Tyler's going to ask for.
Well, Tyler's not going to get it. But if Norm...
I know he's not going to get it.
Let's give Norm a 2... I feel comfortable with giving him a 2-year and maybe a club option. So a 3-year... 85? I don't know. Like
I'd take 3. I'd take 3 for 90. Sure.
3 for 90 max, right? Like
yeah, I would take that.
He needs a little raise, and we can't have him be our number 1 overall player, but we can have him be our number 1 scorer, right?
He could be your number 1 option while whatever rookie comes in, because your hope is in this draft you get a rookie that can give you immediate impact, but projects being your 1A of the future.
Which will never happen because we're never going to get a top 5 lottery pick.
In this draft, though, you may not have to.
What do you think we need? Top 15? Top 12? Top 10?
Picks 1 through 15 could go in any order. In any order. 5 through 15 could go in any order.
So this is like
could go in any order.
Draft. We talked about the likelihood of hitting a superstar later rounds.
Correct.
Like the Kawhis and the Jokic, like the Draymonds, even like that's so rare.
Right. Well, I explained this on the 5 on the Floor Discord, though. I explained this, and so it doesn't mean you're going to find the guy, but you have much better odds in this draft of finding the guy from 5 to 15 than you would in any other draft. It's that deep, and they're that talented. They are all that talented. Like, it's going to be so much harder to distinguish the hidden gem because they're all talented. Sure. They can all shoot. So I'll give the best example I can give you. This most recent draft had a lot of point guards in it. Nolan Traore, Ben Seraph, Jeremiah Fears. It had a ton of point guards in it.
Dimitri, whatever his name is, obviously Dylan Harper kind of is.
You're talking about Yegor Dolman. So anyway.
That guy. There we go. Thank you.
That guy.
Nets, right? Yeah, whatever.
Brooklyn Nets. So anyway, the knock on all those guys was none of them could shoot.
Yeah.
You had no idea what you were going to get. None of them could shoot. They're all very inconsistent shooters. They're all poor shooters. This draft, they can all shoot. They can all handle the ball. They can all facilitate. Every single one of them. And then there are still wings out there like Tonde Yesufu. I could go on and on about this draft class, but there's going to be so much talent that there's going to be potentially a guy that's going to be borderline, your third, second best player, borderline all-star, and some of them are going to develop into be all NBA players. One or two of them.
The Knipples later, like kind of guy.
Dude, Knipples so freaking good.
You're talking about that's what we need, right? Good. We need a guy like that can come in and be your
absolutely a guy like that.
That's exactly what you're describing. So,
well, Khan's a little different
in a sense, but I'm saying
in a sense, but yeah, no, I get what you mean.
All-star on the cusp of an all-star his first year. That's
right. Oh, absolutely. That's it. He could potentially be on the cusp of an all. You could see that path for him in his rookie year. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Or he could become Mike Dunleavy. Remember I gave him that compliment you laughed at me? Remember I said that to you? I was like, before it was way earlier in the season. I was like, this guy's like the next Mike Dunleavy.
Dude, yeah, that was a horrible comp, dude. That was a terrible comp.
It was pretty much.
Oh, man.
But yeah, fine. He's more like the full white Devin Booker. Is that a better one? I don't know.
Let me put it to you this way. I kept saying and putting this out on Twitter during the draft process, no matter how good you think Knippel is, he's better than you think he is. That was how I described Knippel.
You were right. You were spot on. We were also both right predicting the Heat would kind of suck this year. I said we had that conversation and we talked about Boston being better. And I think you had Boston even higher than I did, but I still had them above the Heat.
Right.
And someone in my comments early on the season when the Boston Celtics were sucking, they were like 8th seed, 9th seed, like 10 games in, we're like, tell Adel he was completely wrong. And now if you look back, it's like Celtics are like the 2 seed and Jason Tatum might come back and they might win a championship this year.
Well, that was the other thing. I always said I thought Jaylen Brown was better than Tatum. I've said that for years.
I don't like him. I agree with that too. But I also did a video with my friend Neil. We did a top 8 in each conference and I put the Heat at 7.
Ooh.
So I was pretty damn close. I'm spot on. I'm like, I think they're going to finish 7 and back in the play-in. That was my prediction before the year started.
You did say that. Absolutely.
So I think we're
and
both
to all the commenters out there, I love your comments. Keep them rolling. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Exactly. And we're sometimes right and we're sometimes wrong. Maybe a lot of time wrong, but still we're not far off usually when it comes to the Miami. So anyway, Adel, thank you so much for hopping on. Appreciate the time.
Always.
Let the folks know where they can find your channels, all your content, all the good stuff.
Absolutely. I'm Digital Adel. You can find me on YouTube under Digital Adel Hoops, on social media under the same moniker, on Instagram, and there's just a underscore in the middle, digital underscore Adel. Also, read my work on Sports Illustrated's website on SI. I write articles for the Indiana Pacers, Memphis Grizzlies, Orlando Magic, Milwaukee Bucks, and your Miami Heat. And that's all I got.
All right. Thanks again, bud.
Thank you.